and welcome to the last instalment of Inside My Studio. In this episode I will share with you my lighting and video equipment and how I have them set up. Now, starting with lighting. Over the years I have tried numerous different lamps, from a large clip-on metal lamp with a bulb to a tiny little clip-on one. You may be wondering why on earth I've got so many forms of lighting, but I will share with you what I do and I don't like about them. Ultimately, I've been trying to find the best setup for me, and particularly since I've started videoing my work. Now, the most important thing for me when looking at lighting is to get as natural a source of light as possible. And the best thing for me is actual daylight, but realistically that's not always possible here in the UK, with wet, rainy weather and the winter with the long dark evenings. So let's take a look at some of my lamps. Now, I started off years ago with this lamp here, which is a daylight lamp, which opens up like so, and has the LED bulbs in. And I have to say, I do really like this lamp, apart from the fact mine's gone very creaky. And also the wire, the connection of mine's gone really dodgy for some reason, so you have to kind of prop it up with a bit of tape to make it work, which is super annoying. And the other thing was, because it needs to stand on a flat surface to use it, which isn't always particularly helpful. You know, if I'm working at a desk or when I was doing a lot of painting, you know, the easel, it just wasn't practical really. So I moved on and got one of these clip-on lamps with the bulb. Now, you see the little clip here. Great for putting on an easel. And it's got a daylight bulb in it. The problem I had with this lamp and another one that I got that's quite similar, this one here, again, it's a daylight bulb lamp. But this one has got tubes in it, so not LED lights or the normal bulbs, but the tubes. And the trouble with the tubes and the bulb is that I discovered when I started videoing that it picks up the flicker of them. Now, while you're just using it, normally you don't really notice that sort of flicker happening, but as soon as you start videoing and watching the video back, all you can see, like on your paper or work surface, is this flickering light, which is just like super annoying. So I had to look for something that was going to be a bit more practical for my needs, as it were. So, oh, that's quite heavy as well, that one. So what I did, if I can reach it, bring it down here, is I got one of these on a super long arm, if you can see it here, and this one clips onto the desk, and you can see it's got a really long reach on it, and bends a lot, and the top has got these LED bulbs in, so I don't get the flickering when I'm recording, and it also has two settings on it, so it's got bright and slightly dimmed, and then obviously off, and it's really useful. I have it attached to my desk and I can swing it round and then use it like on the easel next to it if I want to. So I've had this one a couple of years now, and it's still going strong. I've actually not bought a new lamp like this for a little while, so that's kind of my favourite lamp that I've got at the moment. One other lamp I just want to share with you that I've got is again by Daylight. It's a little clip-on one. Now this one is a teeny tiny little lamp, and it has three settings on it. So very, if you can see that, it's very dim, medium, and then a bit more powerful. Now this one I use if I'm like taking, say, a drawing board or something, and I'm not sitting at my desk, and you know, perhaps want to draw on my knee of an evening or something. You know, quite often the light bulbs you have in your house aren't actually that great in terms of brightness, or you know, your other half might be wanting it dark and you want to be able to see, and this then just clips very nicely onto your drawing board. You haven't got the worry of any wires because you can charge it up. It's got a wire with a USB end on it, so you can just get a USB plug or put it to your computer to charge it up, and you get a bit of light on your work, which is obviously very useful. So I have to say, if you're looking for something small and portable, just to like use on your lap, then yes, definitely recommend one of these by daylight. Now, as I've mentioned earlier, obviously I started videoing my work, and obviously with videoing you need to have really good lighting. So as well as having my super duper, you know, big overhead light here, I needed more lighting kind of on my workspace and also for videoing myself so you can see me. So I invested in 2 of these like video light panels by Newer, and basically it's got lots of LED lights behind here. I'm not quite sure how many, but they're very bright. I'll turn it on, let's see if you can see. Yeah, there we are. And the beauty of these ones are you can have them up super bright like that, or you can also turn them right down. Keep going, and you can dim them a lot, and also it has a color temperature on it. I'll just turn that off so you can still see me. It has a color temperature on it, so you can get cooler or warmer tones as well. So I have 2 of those. One of them currently is here shining on me to give me a bit of lighting from the side where I haven't got my window. And normally I would have those. They stand on tripods, by the way. You can get them to attach to your desk if you want to, but I find that a bit, it kind of gets in the way because they're quite large. So I have them on tripods, and then I can just move them around and use them where I need them, basically. Just quickly, the other sort of lighting that I do use sometimes, but I haven't got out at the moment because I have no space, is I have a couple of those softbox lights on tripods. You know, you see the boxes with the white over the front of them, which diffuses the light basically, and I use those when I'm photographing any of my work. If my work's not too big, I will use a scanner to scan it into the computer. But obviously if I've got bigger pieces, or, you know, whatever reason, then I also like to photograph my work, but you want like even kind of soft lighting. So I do use a couple of soft box lights for that. So now we've looked at lighting, I'm just going to show you the camera that I use when I video, and how I set it up. But to do that, I'm just going to have to switch over to my phone so I can actually show you my camera. So this is the camera that I'm currently using. It's a Lumix camera, an S5. And as you can see, it is currently on a tripod, as I've just been videoing myself. And I have a Rode little microphone on the top to help improve the quality of sound. And then I've also got this teleprompter on the front of it. Most of what I've just done, I've not used the teleprompter for, but I have just been videoing something else where I had a lot I wanted to remember to say, so I used the teleprompter so I didn't forget. So it's just a cheap one called Prawn Store that I picked up off Amazon. You can get expensive fancy ones. Given I don't actually use it that much, I didn't really want to spend too much on it, to be honest with you. But basically I can just put my phone here with what I want to say, and it reflects it into the screen for me, which I can't show you because I'm using my phone, unfortunately, but basically you can see that reflection there. So it reflects the words into the screen and they scroll up, and then the camera is obviously directly behind it, so it looks like I'm actually talking into the camera rather than to the side looking at a piece of paper or something. So that is my video equipment. I just have it on a tripod that I've had for a long time. You can use any tripod. Mine's a little bit rickety, but it does the job. Now I will also show you how I video set up my work. So this is my desk setup, if you can see it here. I have my messy desk to the left, don't look at that. I have my 2 lamps that I was showing you, the newer ones, which shine on my workspace, and my desk. And then I've got this new frame, which basically is very low tech to say the least, but it works. I just got some of those kind of big clips from the DIY store to hold it to my desk, but it quite frankly it does the job and it's quick and effective. Obviously if my desk was flat, I wouldn't need to clip it on like that, but basically I can alter the height of it, and I can attach my camera so it shines down onto my drawing area so I can video my drawings. Now you may be wondering why I switched to this. Well, basically, where has it gone? Here it is. When I first started videoing, I used a Logitech webcam, and I just had it on one of those boom arms that are attached to your desk, and you know, the videos were okay, but basically I wanted to upgrade to make better quality videos, which is why I invested in the Panasonic. I did think about getting a video camera, but because I also really enjoy photography, and I wanted a new camera anyway, I decided to go for the two-in-one, as it were, which is why I've got this one. But obviously I found the arm that I had, the boom arm that I had, wasn't really strong enough, and I was looking for something a bit more sturdy, that didn't involve yet more kind of tripods cluttering up my space, basically, because that's what I had to start with after the arms, the tripods, and that kind of just got on my nerves. Hence why I decided to give this a try, and you can see it's got other attachments as well, so you could put lights on there, things like that. So far this seems to be working well. It also, you can use this and you can attach a camera on here, a phone, sorry, a small camera or phone if you want to on here as well. And the other thing that I use is, obviously I work from my iPad largely, so I just got that clipped to my desk at the moment, so I've got my screen in front of me. The only other thing I can share with you is when I do my feedback to students on my computer, I use one of these blue Snowball microphones. I wanted something reasonable quality, but that wasn't going to break the bank, basically. It's not like I use it all the time, and I have to say it's been perfectly adequate for my needs, and it just literally goes into the back of my computer with a USB plug. So I use that one attached to the computer, and I use the Rode one to attach to my camera, and basically that's my setup. Well, I really hope you have enjoyed this final episode of inside my studio. In fact, I hope you've enjoyed all the episodes if you've watched them. If you have any questions about any of my equipment, then just write it in the comments below and I will do my best to try and answer any questions that you have. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed it. Bye for now.